Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to the channel. So this is my first speed build, and I don't know why I decided on a starter house because I can't budget. So it's not very impressive. There's no decorations, there's very minimal furniture, but I needed a starter home for the new LP that's gonna be released on my channel soon. So for that, I had to build this. I thought about finding something off the gallery, but I wanted to make a point of actually building some, houses and stuff for my game. So I figured I'd make this starter home and just, go from there. So like I said, this is for my upcoming LP. I'm gonna do a Get to Work Police Edition. So we're doing, the detective, active career, blah blah blah. But I've already made this sim that's gonna be the police officer, detective, whatever you want to call him. And so this was kind of the idea for a starter home for him. And I don't like modern homes. I don't like starter homes. I don't know why I decided this, because this is not me at all. But anyway, once you see the sim that I created, it might make a little more sense. It's a little more fitting for him. But I've already zoomed past everything in the video, and I'm just over here talking about nothing. So the reason that I was able to quickly get this together was because I had already built this entire lot once before, and I couldn't figure the roofing out. It turns out that I either was just having some glitches in the game or they were overlapping wrong, but for whatever reason, part of the roof was missing. It was invisible, and it was bothering me so bad. Anyway, you see the black wood flooring that I'm putting in the house right now. I don't get too attached. I later change it back to the dark wood or dark brown. Oops. Anyway, so I could actually have black rugs and stuff in the house, which then I also have to remove because I went over budget, because I can't do budget builds. That's going to be the slogan of this video. The slogan of this video is that I cannot do budget builds. And I'm sorry, I just hit my mic. Anyway, so I wanted to go with a darker, minimalistic, more masculine build, which is very out of my comfort zone. But I think if I could have used, more decor items or some of the even more expensive furnishings, it would have looked much nicer. But I wasn't able to. I didn't even have funds for curtains or so much stuff. Like I said, I put rugs and stuff in here, but I'm gonna have to remove them later once I find out that I was way over budget. But yeah, you see me in here trying to figure out color schemes and how the floor plan's gonna lay out, because this floor plan was rough. I didn't really want a bedroom in the garage, but the house was just way too small otherwise. Speaking of that, I totally brushed over. I'm sure you can see the blue bar at the top, but this is a tiny home. Well, it's the third tier, the small house. So it doesn't give you that many perks, but it does give you, I know it gives you cheaper bills. I can't think of the other one right now, but it does give you 2 lot trait bonuses. So I struggled so hard trying to put floral stuff and just all different kinds of stuff in this house, because that's my go-to. I don't know if you have checked out any of my stuff on the gallery. Plug here, you can find me under MadnessGlitched on the gallery, and most of my stuff is very colorful and girly. So this was very out of my comfort zone. But I wanted my main sim to be a guy. Oh, you also saw that I put top cabinets. Yeah, I'm gonna put them back. only to find out way later that I can't afford them, so I have to remove them too. I don't know how much of the removing and altering I do off camera, because I do get really frustrated after I find out my budget's wrong, and stop recording, mess around a bit, and then the final screenshots, you'll see the stuff that I had to get rid of, or the stuff from the debug menu that I ended up adding. Yeah, you see this floor terrain slash floor tiles or whatever. Earlier, I'm sure you saw that I put the terrain paint down, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. Yeah, that wasn't me. The game, I don't know, it just completely glitched, and when I came back in, it was all gone. I had to do it all again, but then I was like, screw it, let me use the $0 flooring and just hope that it stays. Which later, closer to the end, once I do a minimal landscaping to this house, I do add a little bit of terrain paint, and hopefully it stays this time. But if you download this off the gallery and it's not there, I apologize. It's EA and Origin and the gallery just doing what it does. This living room gave me so much trouble. Oh my god, it was such a small space, but I really wanted multiple seating places, and it just, the budget didn't allow it, the space didn't allow it. This build really bothered me, but I don't plan on us being here long. This will be just, you know, the first couple episodes of the LP, and then hopefully I'll upgrade it or move him or something. I really wanted to put him in the apartments, but I wanted to save that because this is my first LP. I wanted to actually, you know, go through some of the different packs, some of the different gameplay options that come with the different packs. So I wanted to save apartments for whatever. I really haven't come up with what I'm gonna do with that yet. But yeah, right now I'm still struggling with this living room. I'm telling you, I struggle for a hot minute, and I come back to it and change it because, like I said, it didn't work. At one point, you're gonna see me right now putting a washer and dryer in, and I couldn't afford them. I had to get rid of them later. That was so devastating because my friend was like, no, you need to have laundry in there, you know, you need to add that added complicated, you know, oh well, now your clothes are dirty, you gotta do them too. But I couldn't afford them, so once I get a little more money, I will get the laundry and everything back situated. And as you can see, there are the counters again. Oh, I even put a little oven, what are those things called? Anyway, I even put one of those on, range hood, and all of that has to go. Yeah, all the upper cabinets got to be deleted. The range hood, geez, I just came up with it and then it's gone again. More rugs that have to be removed later. The only rug that actually stays in this entire build is the one in the living room, and that's only because of the fact that the living room needed so much. Yeah, so later I removed the dresser and then put the exact same dresser back because nothing else fits in that spot. But of course, like I said, starter home, no curtains. It just, this build, I struggled really badly. I cannot, theme of the video, I cannot build on a budget. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll try this again. Let me know in the comments if you want me to try another budget build. I see so many simmers that make these gorgeous starter homes, and I don't know how they do it. I went with some of the cheapest stuff in the game, and maybe my house is just too big. Maybe I should have gone for the tier 1 tiny home. But I couldn't deal with that little space. Like I said, I built this before and just scrapped all of it. And in the first attempt, I tried making it smaller, I tried making it bigger, I tried everything. I couldn't fix the roof glitches, and I was having trouble trying to come up with a floor plan because the size of the house, I didn't really have a good spot for the bathroom that didn't have like full windows. And you know, that's not good, especially because I can't afford curtains. So I don't want the neighbors walking by seeing my sim on the toilet. But yeah, I threw a whole bunch of stuff in here, had to remove half of it. I would love to try again, maybe with a smaller home, I don't know. Maybe if I didn't have the garage portion, that, you know, ended up being the bedroom, but maybe if I somehow connected that more to the house, so it was less tiles that I doubled and, you know, price and everything, maybe it could have come out cheaper. But for the most part, like I said, everything in this build was some of the cheapest items I could have gotten. We're finally onto the landscaping. I thought I was finished, looked at the outside and was like, oh no, I hadn't furnished the house. I suck at furnishing the landscaping. I mean, I just suck at landscaping. So I was like, oh, well, I have no money, so debug to the rescue. I pretty much just put a whole lot of these hedges down and called it a day. I do add a couple palm trees and some more like Oasis Springs kind of plants and everything around, but I did go with the cheap $0 ones. As you see, all of the hedges were floating, so I had to demolish my foundation and start all over again, which is when I found out that I was using the most expensive stairs, which wasn't that big of a deal because the stairs are so small, but it did save me some money in the end, which, by the way, I am aware that I don't have any lamps in the bedroom or any lights or anything other than the little saucer ones. In the screenshots, I do add some lamps, but the funds weren't there for as many lights and as much changing as I would have liked. I don't like sticking with mostly the saucer lights, which I don't know, this being a more modern build, I think it does fit, but I'm way more about having like funky, interesting light fixtures, or even floor lamps, and just I didn't have the space, I didn't have the money, I didn't have anything. And the back patio pretty much stays empty. I do manage to have the money to add 2 of the cheapest loungers, which I think are only 50 simoleons a piece. I do add 2 of those back there, but pretty much that stays like it is. I wanted a grill back there. I really feel like my police officer Sim would definitely be like a griller. I don't think he'd do much cooking on the stove in the house, but I didn't have the funds. The cheapest grill is $600. Like, that's just ridiculous. Those really cheap ones, like the one that came with Jungle Adventure, why? Why is that so expensive? Anyway, here are my screenshots, which there's not much to cover, so enjoy the rest of the video, and come check out the Let's Play when it's posted. Thanks for watching. Bye.